Hello there and welcome. As you settle into this quiet moment, allow your body to find a comfortable position. Perhaps you're lying down, or maybe you're nestled in a favorite chair. Take a slow, gentle breath, feeling your shoulders soften and your muscles begin to unwind. This is your time to simply be, to listen, and to drift away into a peaceful world crafted just for you. There's nothing you need to do, nowhere you need to be, except right here now. Just breathe and let the gentle current of this story carry you. We're going on a little journey tonight, a quiet exploration into corners of the universe often overlooked. Imagine a subtle, almost imperceptible hum, the soft breath of a vast, silent structure drifting through the ink-high blackness of space. It's a place of forgotten stories, of whispers from ages past, hidden away from the bustling star lanes and vibrant cities. This isn't a grand, imposing capital ship, nor a frantic frontier outpost. Instead, it's a quiet, unassuming corner within a larger, mostly abandoned station, orbiting a star whose light is so distant it barely registers. You find yourself standing at the entrance to a dimly lit chamber, the air cool and still around you. This is the fabled archive, a place where the secret lore of the Starfield universe, tales so deep they were almost left behind, rests in slumber. Soft, ethereal light spills from behind a row of ancient data terminals, illuminating motes of dust dancing in the suspended air, like tiny, distant stars themselves. The motes of dust drift and settle, illuminated by the soft, ethereal light from behind a row of ancient data terminals. These silent sentinels stand in orderly rows, their surfaces bearing the faint marks of forgotten hands and countless forgotten days. A gentle, almost imperceptible hum emanates from their aged processors, a quiet lullaby of sleeping technology. One screen, a soft amber glow, flickers with symbols that resemble forgotten star charts, nebulous cosmic pathways, and faint, indecipherable text. It's as if the vastness of space itself has been distilled into these quiet glyphs, awaiting discovery by a patient eye. You sense the depth of time held within these machines, the echoes of explorers long since returned to the stardust they once charted. The air is still, carrying only the faintest scent of ozone and the subtle coolness of old metal. Faint, distant hum of servers. Each terminal holds a piece of a larger mosaic, a fragment of history from a universe grander than we often perceive. This is where the secrets lie, not shouted across the void, but whispered through circuits and stored in dormant memory banks. They dream of ancient civilizations, of cosmic anomalies, and of the quiet, deliberate journey through the stars that shaped everything. You imagine the silent flow of data like a slow-moving river of information, carrying tales of unknown planets and forgotten factions, all waiting to be reawakened. The soft glow of the amber screen casts long, gentle shadows across the floor, inviting a peaceful contemplation of the unseen stories hidden just beneath the surface of this vast, silent archive. The soft glow of the amber screen casts long, gentle shadows across the floor, inviting a peaceful contemplation of the unseen stories hidden just beneath the surface of this vast, silent archive. Your gaze drifts past its warm light to a low-slung console beside it, adorned with rows of ancient data drives. Each one, a dormant memory crystal, holds whispers of journeys taken and secrets kept, patiently awaiting rediscovery. Perhaps one holds the complete, unedited logs of the first Constellation members, their raw observations of the strange artifacts before the official narrative was shaped. Or maybe another contains the lost manifest of a colony ship, detailing the forgotten hopes and dreams of settlers who ventured into the unknown, never to be heard from again. The air here is still, thick with the weight of untold narratives. A gentle hum from distant power conduits the only sound to break the profound quiet. You imagine the dust motes, like tiny stars, dancing in the faint light, each one a silent witness to eras long past. Your eyes follow a faint, almost invisible data cable snaking from the console, disappearing into the dark recesses of the archive, suggesting that these few drives are but a fraction of what lies entombed here. It is a repository not just of data, but of time itself, where the true history of the settled systems, the raw experiences, and the quiet, often overlooked details of a grand saga reside. The lore that was deemed too challenging, too nuanced, or perhaps simply too inconvenient to be widely shared. These are the fragments, the quiet truths that make the universe feel deeper, richer, even in its forgotten corners. The archive breathes with the quiet potential of these buried narratives, waiting for the gentle touch of a curious mind. The archive breathes with the quiet potential of these buried narratives, waiting for the gentle touch of a curious mind. Soft, distant hum of servers. It's in this profound stillness that you find yourself drawn deeper, past rows of inactive databanks, towards a console that glows with a faint, inviting light. Not the harsh glare of an active mission, but a soft, almost warm luminescence that spills onto the metallic floor. This isn't just any terminal. It feels ancient, its casing worn smooth by countless forgotten hands, yet impeccably maintained. On its screen, lines of text scroll slowly, almost languidly, like constellations drifting across a distant sky. These aren't star charts or mission logs, but fragments of narratives, half-remembered myths, and cryptic entries about events that never made it into the official histories of the settled systems. Perhaps it speaks of an early, failed colonization attempt on a world now thought uninhabited, or a forgotten faction whose ideals shaped the very fabric of society in ways no one now recalls. The words are poetic, hinting at grand ambitions and quiet sacrifices echoing across centuries. You don't need to read every word, just absorb the soft glow of the screen, illuminating the silent space around you. It's a whisper from the past, a gentle reminder that every vast galaxy holds stories beneath its surface, waiting for a moment of peace to reveal themselves. The air around the terminal feels charged with this quiet history, a comforting weight that encourages your mind to slow, to ponder the quiet mysteries of existence without needing to solve them. Each pixel on the screen seems to hold a tiny piece of a larger, beautiful truth, a secret lore, patiently unveiled. The soft light washes over the quiet room, inviting only calm contemplation. The soft light washes over the quiet room, inviting only calm contemplation. The hum of the terminal is a gentle lullaby, a steady beat beneath the subtle whisper of ancient data streams. As the last pixel fades, or perhaps shifts into a new, more profound pattern, the air itself seems to settle, heavy with unspoken histories. The digital canvas, now resting, reflects the soft, ambient glow of the room, a mirror to the quiet revelations it just offered. Your gaze drifts from the luminous screen across the smooth, cool surface of the console towards a nearby alcove. Here, amidst the gentle shadows, rests a small, unassuming display. It holds not grand trophies or gleaming weapons, but a collection of items that speak of forgotten journeys and quiet discoveries. A worn datapad, its screen dark, its edges smoothed by countless hands, lies beside a fragment of what looks like an alien rock, polished to a soft sheen, perhaps a piece of a forgotten planet, or a message from an ancient, silent species. This is not the lore of grand battles, but of quiet persistence, of tiny moments that build into cosmic truths. A holographic star chart, faint and shimmering with soft blues and purples, slowly rotates above a low, polished table. It doesn't show current jump lanes or active trade routes, but constellations long uncatalogued or perhaps reimagined from a forgotten age. Each distant, glowing point is a story, a whispered secret carried across light years, a clue to mysteries yet to be fully uncovered. The room cradles these fragments of knowledge, a serene keeper of the secret lore that threads through the vastness of space. There's no urgency here, only the soft invitation to wonder, to let your mind drift among these quiet echoes of the universe. The air is still, save for the gentle, rhythmic hum, a comforting presence, wrapping around these delicate threads of cosmic memory. The gentle, rhythmic hum continues to fill the quiet air, a steady pulse guiding your attention deeper into this serene archive of cosmic history. Before you, a singular, unassuming console hums softly, its screen a tranquil canvas of light. It doesn't demand attention with flashing alerts, but rather invites a calm gaze with its soft, inviting glow. On its surface, a delicate tapestry unfolds. Faint, intricate symbols, ancient star charts, weaving patterns of forgotten constellations, and diagrams hinting at pathways to systems long since vanished from contemporary maps. These are not the bustling trade routes or the well-documented jump points of the known galaxy, but rather the quiet echoes of journeys undertaken in an age almost entirely lost to memory. You can feel the immense weight of time held within these digital whispers, the patient accumulation of discovery and the profound sense of wonder that once propelled explorers into the deep unknown. Perhaps it's an entry from a forgotten expedition log, charting a meticulous course to a celestial body now obscured by nebulae, or a faint schematic of an alien ruin, its colossal purpose long since eroded by the relentless currents of cosmic dust and the vast silence of eons. The soft light emanating from the console pulses with a slow, almost imperceptible rhythm, like a distant, ancient heart that still beats with forgotten stories. Each symbol, each delicate line on the star chart, each faded diagram is a fragment of the universe's untold past, carefully catalogued, respectfully preserved in this quiet corner. They wait here, not for a grand rediscovery, but for a gentle gaze to acknowledge their quiet significance, to let their peaceful presence wash over you. It is a place where the universe speaks in hushed tones, revealing its profound secrets not with fanfare, but with the subtle, enduring beauty of ancient data. Your mind can settle on the quiet beauty of these hidden details, allowing them to form a soothing mosaic of wonder, without any need to decipher every single piece. Just observe the calm, the quiet wonder, and let it lead you further into rest as you allow your mind to settle with these quiet observations. The gentle current of the narrative now carries you into a different kind of chamber. Imagine a space, hushed and rarely disturbed, a small corner of the vast Starfield universe dedicated to the silent accumulation of knowledge. Perhaps it is a forgotten research station on a remote moon, or a sealed-off data core within an abandoned starship. The air here is still, carrying only the faintest scent of old circuits and forgotten stardust. Around you, dormant screens flicker with a soft, internal glow, displaying ancient star charts that map constellations long since renamed or forgotten. Rows upon rows of crystalline data drives, slightly opaque with the passage of time, line the walls, each one a tiny vault of untold stories. A single, low-humming terminal sits at the center, its dusty keys promising access to whispers from the past. You don't need to read the complex data or understand the intricate pathways. Simply the presence of so much history, so many collected fragments of lore, creates a comforting weight in the air. It's a place of quiet reverence, where the secrets of the galaxy aren't shouted, but gently preserved. A holographic projection shimmers softly in one corner, depicting a nebula in slow, silent motion, an eternal dance of cosmic dust and light. The subtle hum of the old systems is a lullaby, a constant, gentle reminder of the deep, buried history that flows beneath the surface of everything you think you know about this universe. This serene quietude invites your mind to drift, held safe within its silent embrace. The quietude deepens, guiding your thoughts not into emptiness, but into a vast, silent repository. Imagine, if you will, a section of a long-abandoned data core, deep within a forgotten research station, orbiting a lonely, distant moon. Here, the hum of ancient servers is barely a whisper, a low, rhythmic thrumming that acts as a gentle lullaby. Dust motes dance lazily in the faint, cool glow of holographic data projections that flicker occasionally on dim screens. These aren't urgent messages or flashing warnings, but soft, scrolling lines of text, forgotten theories, star charts no longer accurate, and cryptic fragments of language from civilizations long since faded from the common memory of the settled systems. You float gently past shelves upon shelves of neatly organized data chips and ancient physical archives, their spines a uniform, muted gray. Each one holds a piece of a puzzle, a forgotten discovery, or a whisper of truth about humanity's earliest forays into the stars, before the wars, before the grand factions, before the current understanding of the universe took hold. Perhaps a faint, static-laced recording plays on a loop in one corner, detailing observations of an unknown energy signature, or the quiet geological survey of a planet now thought barren. The air here is cool and still, carrying the faint scent of ozone and very old paper, a peculiar blend in a place so advanced. This is where the threads of the past are carefully preserved, not for immediate use, but for the patient researcher, or perhaps for the dreaming mind to wander through. You don't need to decipher them. Just being in their presence, feeling the weight of untold stories, is enough. The subtle energy of these stored memories wraps around you, a gentle current guiding your peaceful descent into rest, surrounded by the silent echoes of buried truth. The subtle energy of these stored memories wraps around you, a gentle current guiding your peaceful descent into rest, surrounded by the silent echoes of buried truths. Now, let your gaze soften as the faint glow of an ancient console draws your attention. It hums with a barely perceptible whisper, a sound akin to distant starlight filtering through time itself. This is not a console for active command, but rather a dormant archive terminal, its surfaces worn smooth by centuries of careful, if infrequent, use. On its display, data streams drift slowly, like cosmic dust caught in a gentle current. These aren't urgent messages or mission logs, but rather fragments of forgotten histories, whispers from the very early days of humanity's reach beyond Earth. Perhaps a faded star chart showing paths to systems long since re-terraformed or lost. Or a cryptic entry about a forgotten faction, their ideals and ambitions now just digital specters. Each line of code, each pixelated symbol, holds a piece of a larger, untold narrative patiently waiting. The air here is still and cool, carrying the faint, almost metallic scent of aged electronics, and the distant, clean aroma of filtered space. You notice a small, intricate carving on the side of the console, a symbol that might represent a lost star system, or a secret society, or perhaps just a very old personal emblem. It's a quiet detail, one that speaks of lives lived and choices made in the deep past, now simply part of the silent, vast tapestry of Starfield's hidden story. These small revelations gently unfold, one by one, inviting your mind to wander through the quiet corridors of possibility as you sink deeper into a tranquil calm. The secrets are safe here, and so are you. The quiet hum continues, a gentle rhythm accompanying your journey deeper into the forgotten archives. Each corridor here seems to whisper tales of expeditions long past, of brave explorers who charted distant systems and stumbled upon truths that time has since obscured. You drift past shimmering data conduits, their soft light casting long, dancing shadows on the polished floor. These aren't mere pipes. They are ancient pathways, carrying echoes of knowledge across millennia. Before you, a central console glows with a soft, inviting light. It's not a modern interface, but something older, its buttons smooth from the touch of countless curious hands. On its surface, a holographic projection shimmers into existence, not of a specific planet, but a swirling nebula, an artist's rendition of a cosmic nursery. It's a place where stars are born, a canvas of creation that feels impossibly distant, yet intimately connected to the lore hidden within these walls. Perhaps this buried lore speaks of the very first star charts, drawn by hands that navigated the void with only rudimentary instruments and boundless courage. Or perhaps it holds the forgotten principles of a technology so profound, its implications were too vast for its original discoverers to grasp. The data streams flow past, like silent rivers of information, each carrying a fragment of the universe's quiet mysteries. The air here is cool and still, a perfect environment for preservation, for contemplation. You can almost feel the presence of the researchers who once dedicated their lives to these very screens, piecing together the fragmented truths of existence. Their patient work, their quiet wonder, lingers in the atmosphere, woven into the very fabric of this secluded data vault. As the nebula swirls, its colors shift and deepen, drawing your gaze into its serene expanse, holding the promise of cosmic secrets revealed only to those who listen with a calm heart. Within the hushed confines of this dedicated data vault, the nebula's soft light filters in through subtle viewing ports, painting streaks of violet and deep blue across the polished, dark surfaces. The air here is still, carrying only the faintest, almost imperceptible hum of ancient systems standing watch. You might notice, in the gentle glow, shelves upon shelves of crystalline data drives, each one a silent repository of forgotten histories. These aren't the common logs of trade routes or simple mission reports. No, these bear the subtle markings of forgotten factions, fragmented star charts pointing to systems long unvisited, and the coded whispers of beliefs that once shaped entire civilizations across the settled systems. The console before you, though aged, emanates a soft, warm light, inviting a quiet contemplation. It shows a faint, shimmering projection of a celestial body, perhaps a distant moon or a rogue planet, shrouded in mystery. The details are not immediately clear, yet the image suggests a place of profound significance, a hidden truth etched into the very fabric of the cosmos. As you observe, the projection subtly shifts, revealing what looks like an ancient, geometric pattern overlaying the planet's surface, a silent language of forgotten builders. Each crystalline drive seems to pulse with a hidden energy, not loud or demanding, the gentle, steady beat of untold stories. You can almost feel the weight of centuries of exploration, of discoveries made, and then carefully, perhaps deliberately, tucked away from the common gaze. The atmosphere here is one of peaceful preservation, a sanctuary for the remnants of a grand, sweeping narrative that was never fully told. The nebula outside continues its slow, majestic dance, a cosmic curtain drawing around this quiet space, guarding the precious, buried with the light from the distant nebula. A silent cosmic ballet casts a soft, ever-shifting glow across the interior of this quiet chamber. It illuminates the silent terminals, their screens dark, yet hinting at vast repositories of information within. These aren't just data logs, they are echoes, whispers of expeditions long concluded, factions rising and falling, and cosmic mysteries left unsolved. Perhaps here, behind these dormant interfaces, lie the true beginnings of the Starfield universe, the early blueprints of its factions, or even the forgotten journeys of pioneers who ventured beyond known space, only to have their tales lost to the sands of time. The gentle hum of distant life support systems is the only sound, a subtle reassurance that this vault of forgotten truths is diligently maintained, even if its secrets remain undisturbed for eons. You notice a singular, almost sculptural console in the very center, its surface smooth and cool to the imagined touch, perhaps crafted from an unknown alloy. It doesn't glow, doesn't flicker, but possesses an undeniable presence, like a sentinel guarding the deepest narratives. Around it, other smaller, less ornate panels line the curved walls, each a sealed compartment, a silent testament to a hidden chapter. These are not urgent screens demanding attention, but rather monuments to memory, their surfaces reflecting the slow dance of the nebula outside, painting temporary, ethereal patterns. They cradle stories that might reshape understanding, or simply confirm the quiet vastness of all that remains undiscovered. This quiet room, adrift in the void, feels like a sacred archive where all the hurried plots and frantic discoveries of the cosmos can finally rest, waiting to be rediscovered, or simply to remain peacefully as buried lore. The quiet deepens, a soft blanket of cosmic silence, inviting you to simply be, and to let these forgotten tales lull you into an even deeper sense of peace. The quiet deepens, a soft blanket of cosmic silence, inviting you to simply be, and to let these forgotten tales lull you into an even deeper sense of peace. Imagine now a chamber nestled deep within an abandoned research outpost on a quiet, frost-kissed moon. Its interior is a symphony of muted tones walls, crafted from a smooth, dark metal that absorbs all but the softest light, a floor of cool, brushed alloy. A single ancient data terminal hums gently in the very center, its aged components still functioning, casting a faint, warm, greenish glow upon the surrounding dust motes dancing lazily in the still air. This is where the echoes of unspoken stories linger, patiently waiting, undisturbed by time. On a nearby, sturdy shelf, rows upon rows of unmarked data chips rest, each a tiny, rectangular vessel for knowledge long since passed from common memory. Their surfaces, slightly dulled by years, catch the terminal's soft, rhythmic light, hinting at the vast, intricate networks of information they once held. A faint, almost imperceptible scent of static ozone and forgotten systems fills the air, a quiet reminder of technology at rest, suspended in a deep slumber. Beyond a small, circular viewport, perfectly framed like a painting, the silent, ink-high expanse of space unfurls, dotted with distant, unblinking stars, a perfect, unchanging backdrop for these whispered secrets. The moon's icy plains stretch into the twilight, untouched and serene, mirroring the undisturbed nature of the lore within. Everything here is still, preserved in a delicate balance between the vastness of the cosmos and the quiet intimacy of forgotten truths. The only sound is the soft, almost imperceptible thrum of the dormant systems, a comforting lullaby in the galactic night. Soft, low hum of old machinery, the soft, almost imperceptible thrum of the dormant systems continues, a comforting lullaby in the galactic night. It's a sound that tells a story of forgotten ages, of knowledge carefully preserved, waiting for a quiet mind to uncover its layers. You stand amidst the silent sentinels of information, rows upon rows of glowing dormant panels and crystalline data cores, each holding a whisper from the past, a fragment of the lore Bethesda might have buried. Perhaps it's the faint, cool air stirring around you, or the way the ambient light casts long, soft shadows across the polished metallic floor. But you sense the weight of history here. Not a heavy, oppressive weight, but a gentle pull, inviting quiet curiosity. One particular console, larger and more ornate than the others, seems to draw your gaze. Its screen, though dark, hints at the vastness of the data it once displayed. It's a silent window into the deepest secrets of this star-spanning universe, subtle threads waiting for patient discovery. You don't need to activate it or even touch its smooth, cool surface. Simply observing its quiet presence, imagining the ancient star charts, the lost alien taxonomies, the philosophical debates that once flickered across its vast display, is enough. The deep silence of the station amplifies these imagined whispers, making them feel almost tangible. This console is not just a piece of old technology. It's a monument to the unwritten, the unplayed, the lore that exists just beyond the immediate quest, nestled deep in the cosmic dust. A subtle, rhythmic pulse emanates from its core, a quiet heartbeat in the vastness. Faint, deep pulse from ancient console, the subtle, rhythmic pulse continues its gentle thrum, a steady beat in the profound quiet that surrounds you. Faint, deep pulse, almost like a distant, slow engine. It feels less like a machine and more like a sleeping cosmic entity, breathing softly in the vastness. Your gaze drifts towards its source, an unassuming console nestled amongst what appear to be ancient databanks. Not gleaming chrome, but aged, brushed metal, perhaps once polished, now softened by time and disuse. The console's surface is worn smooth in places, hinting at countless hands that once sought knowledge here. A faint, almost imperceptible glow emanates from its central display, casting soft, shifting patterns across the dust motes dancing in the air. These aren't just random lights. They seem to form intricate, overlapping symbols, like a language long forgotten, or perhaps one yet to be fully understood. The secret lore isn't shouted from grand monuments, but whispered in these quiet, pulsating glyphs, etched into the very fabric of this hidden place. It's a silent conversation between the past and the present, a cosmic whisper. You notice shelves filled with countless data chips and scrolls, not the digital kind, but aged parchment and crystalline storage units, each holding fragments of untold stories. The air here carries the faint, earthy scent of ancient paper, mixed with the metallic tang of dormant technology, a peculiar yet comforting blend. This chamber feels like a cosmic library, a repository of truths and myths from across the Starfield, carefully preserved, awaiting a patient reader. The subtle hum of the console acts as a lullaby, inviting you to simply be present, to absorb the peaceful quiet and the weight of forgotten histories. The universe holds its secrets close, but in places like this, it offers gentle glimpses to those who are ready to rest and truly listen. The quiet continues to deepen around you, a soft embrace as the remnants of ancient data streams seem to whisper through the very air. You find yourself now within a more secluded chamber, a silent repository of what might be called the asterisk secret lore, the Bethesda buried asterisk. Here, rows upon rows of archived data drives gleam faintly under soft, diffused light, their metallic surfaces cool to the touch if you were to reach out. Each one a tiny, sturdy vessel holding fragments of forgotten star charts, redacted colonial logs, or perhaps the personal musings of a long-lost explorer, recorded just before their final, silent journey. Soft, distant hum of servers, almost imperceptible. The air is profoundly still, carrying only the faint, clean scent of ozone and the passage of vast stretches of time. An old, deactivated terminal rests on a nearby console, its screen dark and reflective, mirroring the subtle glow from the data racks. Its keys, worn smooth by countless forgotten hands, invite no interaction, no urgent input, merely quiet observation. It's a silent sentinel guarding stories that were perhaps deemed too sensitive, too grand, or too dangerous for common knowledge, now simply resting. Beyond the console, a holographic projector stands discreetly, its surface flickering momentarily before settling into a soft, steady azure light. It projects no immediate image, no urgent data burst, but simply indicates its perpetual readiness. It seems to suggest a vast, untold narrative, an entire chronicle of quiet events, waiting patiently for a gentle touch, for a moment of undisturbed contemplation. This chamber isn't about grand, dramatic revelations, but about the profound, comforting peace found in the mere presence of forgotten depth. The quiet echoes of a universe that has seen so much and kept even more in its gentle, cosmic embrace. It's a place where history sleeps, and you are simply a part of its dream. Air here carries the faintest hum, not of active machinery, but of dormant potential, a gentle resonance from the deep void. It's the whisper of countless datasets, held in stasis, waiting. You might notice the soft, ethereal glow emanating from ancient data cores, embedded within the cool, metallic walls, their surfaces smooth and dark like polished obsidian. Each core, a silent sentinel, holds fragments of forgotten histories, the whispers of early interstellar ventures, or perhaps the very first inklings of humanity's true place among the stars. The very atmosphere feels charged with memory, yet utterly peaceful. A holographic projection flickers softly in the center of the chamber, displaying a star chart not quite like any known today. Its constellations are subtly shifted, some missing, others entirely new, suggesting a timeline long past or a path never taken. Perhaps it maps paths to planets that crumbled to dust, or to civilizations that bloomed and faded without a trace in the official records. Dust motes dance in the faint, diffused light cast by the projection, tiny galaxies in miniature, drifting through the quiet expanse. The rhythm of their slow descent mirrors the easy, unhurried pace of your own breathing, a soothing, cosmic rhythm. Around the edges of this vast, silent archive, the faint outlines of long-deactivated terminals can be seen, their screens dark but hinting at the profound knowledge they once displayed. What secrets did they hold in their inert memory banks? What truths were deemed too great, or perhaps too unsettling, to be widely known beyond these walls? This is where such questions rest, undisturbed, within the careful embrace of deep space, far from the hurried clamor of current events. It's a sanctuary of forgotten wisdom, a quiet corner of the cosmos where the lore Bethesda buried finds its peaceful, eternal slumber, waiting for no one, simply existing. The silence in this cosmic repository is profound, broken only by the soft hum of ancient data conduits, a sound almost swallowed by the vastness of the chamber. Here, rows upon rows of holographic projectors cast a gentle, shifting light onto vast crystalline archives. Each crystal seems to hold a universe of forgotten dialogues, whispered histories, and unfulfilled prophecies from the earliest days of space exploration, before the known factions carved their names into the stars. This isn't a place for quick scans or casual perusal. It demands a quiet respect, a slow unfolding of understanding. You might notice the faint shimmer of a long-deactivated console nestled between two towering data spines, its interface dark, yet somehow alive with the ghost of past inquiries, its keys smooth from countless keystrokes of forgotten lorekeepers. Subtle, distant hum the air itself feels dense with information, a gentle pressure that encourages stillness, a feeling of being embraced by knowledge. Imagine stepping closer to one of these colossal archive units, its surface etched with symbols that once guided starships through nebulae now lost to time. Perhaps it contains the true origins of the temples, or the very first whispers of the unity, theories and fragments that never made it into the official records, deemed too esoteric, too dangerous, or simply too beautiful for public consumption. These are the narratives that sleep undisturbed beneath layers of cosmic dust and digital silence, each forgotten bite a dream, waiting to be dreamt again, but only in the quietest corners of the mind. The light here is always soft, never harsh, a perpetual twilight that invites contemplation, not action. It guards its secrets with a gentle, patient glow, a quiet sentinel in the cosmos, a place where time slows to a whisper, and every shadow holds a story. Here, within the heart of this cosmic quietude, you might find an ancient data terminal, its surface a testament to ages past, yet its inner workings still humming with a faint, persistent energy. Its screen, a soft, emerald glow, displays fragments of forgotten star charts, pathways that once led to worlds, now only whispered in legends. These aren't the bustling trade routes or contested territories of today. These are the long-lost trails of pioneers, the quiet journeys of researchers, or perhaps the clandestine routes of those who sought to hide their truths amongst the stars. The console itself, worn smooth in places by countless hands that once sought knowledge, now rests in peaceful dormancy. Dust motes dance in the ambient, diffused light, like tiny, transient constellations in miniature. And on the screen, a sequence of subtle holographic projections flickers into view not loud, demanding data streams, but gentle, almost poetic summaries of celestial events, of ancient factions, or perhaps the very first echoes of humanity's venture beyond Earth. Each projection is like a page turned in a vast, cosmic archive, revealing just enough to stir a soft curiosity, but never enough to demand an answer. A constellation shifts, highlighting a sector long abandoned. A faint glyph appears, hinting at an organization whose name has faded from common memory. This is the secret lore, not shouted from data logs, but softly illuminated, like a forgotten inscription in a quiet, moonlit ruin. It's a gentle breath from the past, inviting you to simply observe, to let the silent history wash over you, as the soft light from the terminal casts long, quiet shadows across the chamber floor. The soft light from the terminal casts long, quiet shadows across the chamber floor, painting the ancient stone with shifting patterns. Each shadow seems to hold a piece of forgotten time, a whisper of the ages that have passed since these secrets were first laid to rest. The gentle hum of the device, once a beacon of discovery, now begins to fade, becoming one with the deep stillness of this hidden space. You notice the very air around you seems to settle, carrying the faint, almost imperceptible scent of aged metal and distant stardust. This chamber, this sanctuary of buried lore, has shared its final, most profound gift, the gift of peaceful solitude. The hidden narratives, the quiet truths, they don't demand an answer or a quest. Instead, they simply asterisk our asterisk, waiting patiently for eyes that can appreciate their silent wisdom. The weight of untold histories, once a compelling mystery, now feels like a comforting blanket. The edges of the terminal's screen soften, its glyphs and symbols blurring into a tranquil mosaic. The chamber itself seems to gently recede, its ancient walls and intricate carvings dissolving into the comforting darkness. Let your thoughts of ancient star maps and forgotten voyages drift away, like motes of stardust on a silent wind. The quest for knowledge, for understanding what lies beneath, has led you to this tranquil conclusion. All that remains is this profound sense of peace. The distant stars outside, quiet hum of your own resting place all invite you to close your eyes. Allow the stillness of this moment to wrap around you, soft and deep, as you drift into a peaceful, dreamless sleep. Let the forgotten lore rest, and let yourself rest too.